Hi there, Robin here, and in this video we're going to be talking about this CAN power light right here, which is 54 LEDs, 3 watts each. That's 162 watts if I do my math correctly. What do you get with that? You get full RGB control over the lights. You can use it in some of the automated modes, or you can use it on a DMX controller. The light also features the ability to sequentially set up lights. So you can hook up 6 or 8 or 10 of these lights all in a chain and tell the first light what to do, and it'll just automatically repeat that same function across all the lights. So you can have all the lights do exactly what the first light is doing just by putting it in sequence. It also has the ability to work in music mode. Music mode is basically the same thing. I can hook up one or a bunch of them, set the first one up in music mode, it will go with the music in the room. That simple. So the Betopper 007 has a built-in microphone. That built-in microphone is listening to the ambient sound of the music playing in the room, and it will just go with the beat. Depending on how you set it up, I think there's 9 different settings in music mode. All depends on what you're looking for. They're all built in. It also has all the built-in effects as what we're doing right now. We're going to go through all of that in this video. So quickly to go over all the different settings. Right now it's in CC, and CC is just a strobing mode, but the important part is the 91 that's right beside it. That 91 basically is the speed in which the feature is going. So if this is what you want to do, but you want to do it a lot slower, you can just drop that number by using the up and down arrows. Here's the CC set at 50. It goes from basically 1 to 99, and then it recycles itself. So we're pretty much at halfway. Now you see the same effect is just slowed it down. And you can go through all the other effects built into the unit, and the same thing. We're going to have a 1 to 99 setting to it, and allow you to adjust the speed. It'll have different roll functions, different colors. So if you're just looking to set up your background and you don't want to get into the whole DMX controller, by all means, you can use this function here. CP again with the color settings on it, but it's a rolling effect, not a flashing from one color to the other. It's going to roll into the colors. And here's our sound setting. So if I just tap on the front of the actual unit to pretend there's music playing, so there's 9 different settings here, so you can change that. So again, number 8, for example, is a strobing effect. So it'll strobe in different colors as you go through the cycle. I personally like the 9. I like having my lights on all the time with the effect going as well, but you're going to choose the one that you like to have. So for me, 9 is the most preferable. I always like to have some light on, and I don't like the overall strobing effect. It kind of makes some people nervous. So it's like, oh my gosh, it's strobing. So personally, I do like having it on 9 because 9 basically gives us the color on virtually all the time, but it's just going to go through the color sequence. Then after that, we get into our DMX control settings and our auto settings. So that makes this unit really easy to use. You also get manual control. So if I wanted to use a specific color, so let's go and go B. This represents our B. 255 represents 100%. If I go up, if I go and bring it to 0, you'll notice that the light is now off. If I wanted to, I can cycle all the way back. So here we're at red. This is where you manually dial in your colors. So you can use the RGB wheel that you can find online. But again, if I go to 255, so I'll just bring this down one so it goes back to 255, red is now on 100%. I can hit save and it'll remember that, so next time when I unplug it and plug it back in, it'll be right where I left it. And the same thing, now if I want green, I can turn the green on, so now I have green and red on, and this is our combination color. If I introduce blue at this point, it's going to pretty much bring the whole thing on as white. So this is as white as it's going to get, and everything's on now 100%. So we have all 3 LED chips turned on 100% on all 54 lights. That's what's going on right here, and that gives us our white. Now we're going to hook it up here via the DMX cable, which is this guy right here. And a DMX cable does appear to look just like an XLR cable, and fundamentally the connector is. The difference is that if you buy DMX cables, they can transmit the data very fast. And that's really good when you have, let's say, 20, 30 lights hooked up. You don't want to have it looking like a wave of color changing. You want it to be instantaneous, thus you use DMX cables. So now that I'm hooked up to my DMX controller, I do have this unit set up at 1. I'm controlling actual scanner 1 on the DMX controller, and thus I can now fade the red, the green, and the blue, or any combination thereof by just, controlling the actual levers. These type of par lights in the cans are much more reliable long-term wise. The plastic ones are convenient and easy, but very disposable because, you know, they can over time run into issues where the LED diode burn out. But here we have a fan running, which you can constantly hear in the background. It's running in the background, but remember, I'm less than a foot away from it, so my microphone's definitely picking that up, and for some particular reason, it's in tune to it, so it really wants to amplify it. Everything else is straightforward. They have thumb bolts on both sides of it, so you can actually adjust it, get it to set up the way you want. And of course, the 4-button controls are straightforward. You've got the menu, the up and down option, and then the enter button. Whenever you hit the actual memory button, it'll remember after you unplug it that that's what you want to do the next time, which is really nice. So that's a good thing to have there, and they all pretty much have that as a standard setup, but that's important. For programming this on any of the digital DMX controllers, you may have to enter in those 3 codes the first time, save it, and then off you go. If you search, you're probably going to be searching for the Betopper and then be specific, and hopefully you can find the LPC007. So again, Betopper LPC007 in the software programs. These have been around for a while, so a lot of these are already pre-programmed in. Remember, there are variations of this model with different configurations on the lights, and there's different brands. Don't mix and match brands or models. That's not a good thing. If your intention is to have 10 of these lights, try and buy all 10 of them from the same supplier, so this way they're all programmed up the same. They all sequentially do the same thing. If you mix brands, you could end up with trying to fade up green, and of course all the lights that were from, let's say, Betopper come up green, but the other brand might come up red instead. So then you'd end up with a combination of colors, which is not what you're going for. Hope this video helped you out today in your buying decision. These are great par lights to go with. If you're buying multiples, buy them at the same time if you can, or buy a couple of them, try them out, and then right away go back and get the rest that you need. These are always fun and easy to use, and they throw out big. If you need to throw light 30, 40, 50 feet away, this is going to do the job for you. Remember, they're par lights. They're not spotlights. Those are way more expensive, and those are meant to, do a specific task. That's a spotlight. Remember, these are par lights, so the further away from the object, the more fanned out the light's going to look. So I hope this helped you out in your buying decision today. Don't forget to follow us on Amazon, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.